Hello, soul family. Welcome to Spiritual Manifestation. If this is your first time here, welcome in. If you've been here before, I'm so glad to have you home. Thank you for tuning in to today's reading. Today, we're going to dive deep into the energies of both the divine feminine and the divine masculine. These energies are constantly at play in our lives, shaping the way we experience relationships, personal growth, and even the way we move through the world. And here's the thing, we all carry both within us. It's not just about external connections, it's about the balance within you. To guide us through this reading, I'll be using the Energy Oracle deck, which is one of my favorite tools for bringing clarity and confirmation. These cards have a way of mirroring back exactly what we need to hear, offering insight into how these energies are influencing your journey right now. Throughout this reading, my biggest goal is not just to give you messages, but to help you reconnect with your own intuition. Because honestly, your intuition is everything. It's like your soul's compass, a built-in guide that's always leading you exactly where you need to be. My job here is just to help you recognize it more clearly. So, as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. If you were drawn to this reading today, I truly believe there's something here for you. There are no accidents, no coincidences, only alignment. So, with all of that said, let's get into the energy and see what messages are waiting to come through. All right, so the first card that came through is the second chakra. Right away, this is telling me there's a deep blockage in the space that holds creativity, passion, and deep emotional expression. Someone here is feeling stuck, like they're standing still in their own life, watching the world move around them. I'm picking up on a divine masculine energy that's feeling this really heavy sense of stagnation. It's like they're caught in a transition, but instead of seeing it as a necessary pause, they're judging themselves for not being further along. Their mind is telling them, I should have figured this out by now. I should be doing more. I should be in a better place. But these are all internal judgments, illusions of the mind, because from a higher perspective, they're exactly where they're meant to be. But right now, in the physical world, in their conscious thoughts, they're discontent. They're restless, questioning every choice they've made up until now. And what's interesting is the divine masculine energy is pushing through so strongly in this reading. Normally, I'd start with the divine feminine, but no, this masculine energy is taking center stage. So, divine feminine, if you're listening, you might actually be picking up on this. You might be feeling their emotions without realizing it. This frustration, this uncertainty, this sense of being stuck between the past and the future. Now back to the sacral chakra blockage. This is huge. This affects their passion, their inspiration, their ability to create. And I'm also hearing that something about their intimate relationships or even their past choices when it comes to love and connection is draining them. Like they gave their energy to something that, at the time, they thought would be fulfilling, only to realize it wasn't. And now, they feel trapped. I keep hearing the word tricks, like this person feels like they tricked themselves, or maybe they were tricked into believing something that was never actually true. It could be society, family, or even their own ego leading them into a situation that looked good on paper, but feels completely empty in reality. Now, all of that is bubbling up to the surface, and they're seeing the truth for what it really is. This masculine is deep in self-reflection right now, and honestly, they don't know how to get out of this energy just yet. But here's the thing. This realization is necessary. They had to feel the weight of their choices, the emptiness of what doesn't serve them, so that they can break free and align with something real. And divine feminine, you are in their mind more than you realize. Even in their silence, your energy is guiding them back to themselves. And the next card that came through is deceit. The energy here is thick with secrecy. Things being hidden, truths being distorted, and someone putting on a mask to keep up appearances. If your person is currently stuck in a situation, especially a relationship that no longer aligns with them, what they're showing to the outside world, it's the complete opposite of what they're actually feeling inside. They're struggling. And even if they won't admit it, it's taking a toll on their mental and emotional health. I'm getting this feeling that their energy is heavy, drained, disconnected. They might be feeling trapped, stuck in a cycle that keeps repeating, but instead of facing it head on, they're numbing themselves. The numbers 1 and 5 are coming through really strong, which could symbolize change trying to break through. But here's the thing, they're resisting it. And when people resist change, they often turn to distractions, to habits that make them feel like they're escaping, even if just for a little while. Divine feminine, this is where you come in. Whether you realize it or not, you are their escape. Your energy, your presence, even just the thought of you brings them a sense of relief. In a life where they feel so stuck, you represent freedom. And the thing is, they may not even fully understand why. They just know that when they think of you, when they feel you, something inside them feels lighter, like maybe, just maybe, there's another way. But here's the question. What are they going to do with that feeling? Because right now, it seems like they're caught between two worlds. One that's familiar, even if it's toxic, and one that calls to them, even if it scares them. And you are that call. So, what else is going on in this masculine's energy? And right away, the hostilities card comes through. Wow. This tells me they're in the middle of something heavy, like they've been fighting battles that are draining them, leaving them completely exhausted. I keep picking up on this tired, worn down energy. It's like they've been in a constant struggle, whether it's with someone specific or just life itself. If they're in a connection that's not serving them, I wouldn't be surprised if there's been a lot of conflict, tension, or back and forth energy. I'm getting the image of someone walking on eggshells, constantly on edge, trying to keep the peace, but knowing deep down that things aren't working. There's this overwhelming sense of being at their breaking point, feeling like they're barely holding it together. But here's the thing, this doesn't have to be about love. This could be playing out in their workplace, family life, friendships, or even their own mind. It's like they're stuck in a loop of resistance, trying to control a situation that refuses to change. And honestly, they know it's not sustainable. It almost feels like they've been in fight mode for so long, they don't even know what it's like to feel at peace anymore. And the exhaustion, it's not just physical, it's emotional, mental, even spiritual. They're drained. They might be putting on a strong front, acting like everything is fine. But deep down, they are reaching a point where something has to give. I keep hearing, this isn't working anymore. like a realization creeping in, slowly but surely, that the way they've been handling things, the way they've been moving through life, isn't bringing them peace. And honestly, it never did. There's a lot of internal tension here, too. They don't want to admit they're exhausted. They don't want to admit they need help, that they need to put their guard down. But I'm getting the sense that this fight, whatever it is, whoever it's with, is starting to lose its power over them. They're tired of the chaos, tired of the stress, tired of feeling like they always have to be on edge. And the most interesting part, you may be feeling this energy too, like if you've been randomly feeling drained, anxious, or just off for no clear reason, you might actually be picking up on them. There's this deep energetic tie, and whether they're speaking to you or not, you're feeling them. The card that came through is the thinking man. And wow, this makes so much sense. This person is deep in thought, overanalyzing every move, replaying past decisions, and realizing that they might have made choices that seemed logical but weren't aligned with their heart. At the time, they convinced themselves they were doing what made the most sense, choosing stability, following a path that looked right from the outside. But now, they're questioning everything. They're stuck in this loop of, did I make the right choice? Was this really what I wanted? They're in their head, big time. It's like they're dissecting every little moment, every turn in the road, trying to figure out where things went wrong or if they can still make it right. And then, that fool-like energy creeps in. There's this craving for freedom, for a reset, for something that actually feels alive. They want to strip away the overthinking, the expectations, the rules they set for themselves, and just start fresh. But here's the thing, they're still standing at the edge, hesitant. They haven't jumped yet. Because making a change this big, it's scary. Walking away from something they once believed in, breaking free from a life that no longer feels like their own, that's not easy. But deep down, they know they can't stay stuck in their head forever. Sooner or later, they'll have to move. We also have the attachment card showing up here, and wow, this energy is heavy. There's definitely a karmic feminine presence around this person, someone who is deeply rooted in control, materialism, or even emotional manipulation. This is someone who operates from fear, attachment, and illusion, clinging to what is comfortable, even if it isn't fulfilling. They may hold power over your person in a way that keeps them stuck, whether through financial ties, emotional guilt, or even a false sense of security. But here's the contrast, divine feminine. You are the opposite of this energy. Where this karmic influence is grasping, clinging, and controlling, you are free-flowing, expansive, and authentic. You don't chase, you attract. You don't manipulate, you inspire. And that's exactly why this person feels so drawn to you. They see in you the freedom they don't allow themselves to have. It's like their soul recognizes what's real when they're with you, even if they can't fully understand it yet. And I can't ignore this message that keeps coming through. The universe is pushing the two of you together, over and over in different ways. So whether this is romantic, platonic, or even just a soul-level connection, it's not random. This person is being nudged toward you, whether through actual physical encounters or something more subtle, like constantly thinking of you, dreaming of you, or even sensing your energy when you're not there. I'm also hearing running into each other. Maybe you live nearby and keep seeing them unexpectedly, or maybe it's in the astral realm, through dreams, telepathic messages, or just a strong feeling that won't go away. However it's happening, there is a reason. Now I'm going to reshuffle the cards because I really want to dive into what this person is keeping secret. What are they not saying? What's the energy they're afraid to reveal? Because I can feel it. It's strong. And immediately I'm hearing, I don't have it together as much as it seems. So for some of you, this person may look like they have everything figured out. The job, the image, the success, the relationships. But inside, they feel trapped. They feel like they're playing a role that doesn't fit anymore. And the craziest part, they don't even know how to break free from it. Let's see what else comes through. With the yin-yang card in the upright position, I immediately heard, "You balance me out." This is one of the strongest cards in the deck when it comes to deep soul connections. And yes, for some of you, this could absolutely be a twin flame connection. Because of that, I will be putting twin flame in the title of this video, but as always, take what resonates with you. Even if this isn't a twin flame dynamic, here's what I'm getting. This masculine sees so much of themselves in you. That mirroring is happening on a soul level. And what's interesting is that in the physical, you and this person might actually seem very different. Maybe you have opposite belief systems, different ways of expressing yourselves, or even contrasting lifestyles. On the surface, it might look like night and day. But that's just the physical world. Beneath all of that, at the core level where energy doesn't lie, you are the same. And I mean that in the deepest way. You don't just complement each other, you reflect each other. And that's powerful. This isn't just about attraction or surface level connection. It's about two souls who are energetically in sync, even when life tries to make it seem otherwise. And honestly, the chills I'm getting just channeling this are next level. This is deep, this is real, and this is something that can't be ignored. So, what else is this person secretly thinking or feeling? I just pulled the Angel of Love card. Wow. This energy is soft but intense, delicate yet overwhelming all at once. It's pure, deep, and undeniable. This person is feeling so much more than they're letting on, and it's directly tied to the way they see so much of themselves in you. It's like looking into a mirror, and that's what makes this connection feel so different, so powerful. But here's the thing, I keep hearing holding back. No matter what this person has shown you on the surface, there's been a lot of restraint here. They feel this love, this deep emotional pull toward you, but something has been keeping them from fully expressing it. It's almost like they're afraid of what would happen if they let it all out. Would it change things too much? Would they lose control? Would they even know how to handle something this real? This isn't just about emotions, it's about vulnerability. I get the sense that this person isn't used to feeling this exposed. They may have spent years, even lifetimes, learning how to guard their heart, convincing themselves that love means weakness, that getting too close means losing themselves. But with you, that whole belief system is cracking, and that's terrifying to them. I also feel like they're scared of misreading the situation. What if they pour out everything they're feeling and you don't feel the same? What if they open up and it's too late? There's an inner battle happening right now. Their heart is screaming at them to move closer, but their mind is keeping them locked in hesitation, stuck in overthinking. And now, I want to dig deeper. Why are they holding back? What's making them hesitate? Wow, the card that came through is contract reversed. This is deep. This card carries the energy of a powerful spiritual bond that, in this moment, is in some kind of separation, imbalance, or disconnect. But what's wild? That distance is actually intensifying the pull. It's creating this undeniable force between you two, like an elastic band stretched so far apart that it's bound to snap back. I'm hearing that if this masculine has been dealing with some kind of sacral chakra blockage, there's a strong message about losing attraction. If they've been involved in another connection, trying to date, or just out in the world seeking distractions, it's not working. That spark, that chemistry, that magnetic pull they once felt for others, it's just gone. And then you came along. You lit something up in them that they didn't even realize had gone dim. It's like their energy, especially in their sacral chakra, which governs passion, intimacy, and desire, completely reactivated in your presence. You triggered something powerful, something they can't ignore, and now they're feeling it on every level, physical, emotional, spiritual. The more they try to resist it, the stronger it gets. This isn't just about physical attraction. This is deeper than that. This is soul-level activation. And right now, whether they want to admit it or not, they are being pulled toward you in ways they can't even explain. With the first chakra card here next, part of what's creating this intimidation is that this masculine is used to being grounded, stable, and in control. Their entire identity is built on logic, structure, and certainty. They like to have a strong foundation, whether that's in their career, finances, or the way they approach relationships. This is someone who thrives on predictability and power. They may hold a leadership position, have high ambitions, or simply be the kind of person who always keeps their emotions in check. But you shake up everything they thought they knew. What they feel for you doesn't fit into their usual framework. It's something they can't control. They can't predict it, can't rationalize it, and that terrifies them. They are used to being in charge of everything, and yet, when it comes to you, they feel completely ungrounded. And for some of you, there's a deeper reason why they're struggling. There is something or someone standing in their way. This represents deeply ingrained beliefs, traditions, and external pressures. This could be a strict upbringing, societal expectations, a family structure, a cultural belief, or even a controlling boss or father figure. They've spent their entire life following a specific set of rules. And now, they're questioning everything. They're at a crossroads. For the first time in a long time, their usual sense of stability feels shaken. And that's exactly why this connection feels so intense. Because it's not about control. It's not about logic. It's about surrender. And they've never had to surrender to their heart before, until now. And with the journey card coming out here, it's all making sense now. Every time I tap into the energy between you and this person, I keep seeing this same message. It's like they're standing at a crossroads, trying to figure out which way to go. And honestly, that's why communication has been delayed. This person is on a journey, literally and energetically. And for a lot of you, that journey has been slow, frustrating, and filled with detours. It's like you've been expecting them to say something, to reach out, to acknowledge what you already know deep in your heart. But they haven't fully stepped forward yet. And that delay, it's not because you were wrong about what you felt. Your intuition has been completely accurate. But there's been something or someone keeping them stuck at this intersection. For some of you, this wait has been exhausting. I even heard lost interest. Like at some point, you might have just decided, I can't keep waiting for this. I need to move forward. You may have tried to push this situation out of your mind, to put it on the back burner, to focus on yourself. And you've done an amazing job at that. But here's the thing, you can try to move on, but this connection doesn't just fade, it lingers, it follows you, it shows up in the smallest ways, in songs, in dreams, in random waves of emotion that don't make sense. Because this is a journey not just for them, but for you too. I just pulled the adjacent possibilities card, and wow, this confirms everything. This connection, it's shifting in ways neither of you expected. Doors are opening, paths are unfolding, and even though it may not seem obvious yet, there are more ways forward than either of you can see right now. Here's what's really standing out, the mirroring. There is something about this connection that reflects back to both of you a part of yourselves you might not have fully recognized before. And for some of you, that mirroring even shows up in physical ways. Maybe you share a similar eye color, a similar expression, even the way you laugh or the way your mind works. It could be a hobby, a way of speaking, or even a shared dream. Whatever it is, there's one specific thing that keeps standing out. A detail so familiar, it almost feels surreal. And here's the thing, they've noticed. They've picked up on these similarities more than you know, but they're keeping it to themselves. They're observing, analyzing, connecting the dots. And I'm getting the strongest feeling that they've been searching for answers. They've been digging. Maybe they've been researching soul connections, wondering why they feel so drawn to you. Maybe they've been scrolling through old conversations, rereading things, looking for clues. Because something about this connection doesn't fit into what they've known before. It's different. It's deeper. And it's making them question everything. Meanwhile, divine feminine, you've already figured out what's happening. Whether you recognize this as a high-level soulmate, a twin flame, or something else entirely, you've come to a place of surrender. You're not chasing, you're not searching, you're just allowing. And because of that, it's shifting everything. This is where the adjacent possibilities card comes in. The path isn't as linear as you might think. There are new doors opening, different directions this could go, and unexpected breakthroughs ahead. What's coming next might not be what either of you originally planned, but it's going to lead exactly where it's meant to. Okay, so the next card that came through is the anxiety card. And wow, does this energy match what's going on with this masculine right now? They're in full-on overthinking mode, spiraling, restless, completely lost in their own mind. I feel like they've been carrying this weight for a while now, but lately, it's getting heavier. It's almost like their thoughts won't let them rest. They go about their day, acting like everything's normal, but the moment they're alone, it hits them. And that's when the overthinking starts, replaying old conversations, imagining what you're doing, wondering if you've moved on. Because here's the thing, They're afraid, and not just a little bit. They're terrified. Terrified that if they reach out, they'll be rejected. Terrified that they already lost their chance. And the worst part? They don't even know if any of it is real. They don't know if you have someone new or if they're just creating stories in their head. But instead of coming forward and asking, instead of just talking to you, they're stuck in a mental loop. It's like every time they think about making a move, their fear kicks in and convinces them it's already too late. And Divine Feminine, I know you've felt this because you are so connected to this person's energy, and on some level, you already know what's going on with them. You might be feeling restless yourself, randomly thinking about them at odd moments. Maybe you even wake up in the middle of the night feeling a wave of emotion that you can't quite explain. That's them. That's their anxiety spilling over into your energy field. But the real question is, will they let this anxiety keep them stuck? Or will they finally push past the fear and come forward? Because right now, they're standing at a crossroads. And deep down, they know they can't stay in this energy forever. Okay, so the last card that came through is the Victory card. And honestly, this is a huge confirmation. Because what this tells me is that no matter how much uncertainty or hesitation has been surrounding this connection, you are on the path to winning. Whether that means this person finally steps up, or whether you're being rerouted towards something even better, the outcome is already shifting in your favor. And here's the thing, this energy keeps coming back around. It's like no matter how much time passes, your paths keep crossing in one way or another. You feel it. Maybe it's in dreams, maybe it's through unexpected signs, or maybe, just like how I got a random notification while channeling this, you're about to get some kind of message, something that makes it clear this connection is far from over. A text, a DM, a call, something that catches you off guard, but deep down, you already knew it was coming. And this is where the Victory card comes in. Because this reading isn't about waiting, it's about stepping into your power. You're not chasing answers anymore. You're aligning with what's meant for you. Whether that means this person finally finds the courage to meet you where you are, or whether something even bigger is coming in, either way, you win. So right now, trust the process. If you're sensing their energy, if you feel them wanting to reach out, you're not crazy. They're feeling it too. But whether they act on it or not, that's on them. You, on the other hand, are already moving toward your own victory. And that's something no hesitation or delay can take away from you. Okay, this feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. Just know that everything is unfolding exactly as it's meant to, and you are already stepping into alignment with what's meant for you. Trust the signs, trust your intuition, and most of all, trust yourself. Thank you so much for co-creating this space with me today. I'm sending you all so much love and wishing you a beautiful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you in the next reading.